So here we got a pretty amazing map, 6v6 Setons. Something quite amazing for people who've been playing 4v4 Setons for a while. At least for me, this is pretty awesome. Of course, there is trouble in this paradise that it is 3603, but it might be worth getting used to power storage anyway and just playing this instead. So the change here, if you look at the map, we have 6 players on one side. These are the old positions. You got front, beach, rock, and back, but now we also have 2 more. So it looks like some of the mass spots from the back spot are going to be stolen by these 2 players. So we got sort of the middle player and an extra air player. So you can imagine these 2 players going after air. Maybe this guy would be more focused on drops and bombing and things. This ACU can definitely just run up the middle, help out the other ACU, and maybe help with either Navy depending on who has the better opponent, of course. The reality of the strat's probably gonna be figured out and gonna be completely different than that, but still makes you dream a little bit. So here we got FAF, or Forge Alliance Forever. That's kind of where you get to play this. You got Barry in the middle, brought an NG with him. He's going up against Akminor, who sent a bunch of arty. You got Cybran versus UEF here. And nice to see a drop, an NG drop from a player here from Chosen. And we see multiple ACUs now walking to the middle. Binden is gonna walk and try to help Barry out. You can see Barry runs into a little bit of trouble. There's a PD here from Ekmanor and a bunch of T1 units, but Barry runs into the ocean. Looks like there's gonna be a battle for this island. We got looks like a single NG on a transport. It's not gonna be able to do much because there's already anti-air plus tanks, anything you want. Island's already taken by Corps Saint. So we see 2 ACUs versus 1 here. Barry and Zbinden. But Akminor is doing pretty good anyway. It's surprising. Well, there's an ACU from the middle finally marching up, Chosen. Can imagine this if we had 12 pro Seton players. This would get just totally insane. Looks like now it's going to be a 2v2 ACU battle. Still Barry and Zbinden, and then Chosen has got to the middle as well. I mean, it's 6v6 be probably pretty common to have at least 3v3 or 2v2 in the middle. Something more like what Thermo it looks like in the middle. We see a air versus Navy fight here. A T2 gunship taking on T1 Navy. Some trouble for Corps Saint. He's not really able to build a Navy against all this T1 stuff that's been sent, but he's got T2 air, which will help him out. Here we got some anti-air ship spot Aeon. But it's already 7 kills for this gunship, so a really good unit. Yeah, the EF gunships are always good. This is pretty cool to see all these players on one side. It looks like the actual middle player here is making T3 air for this team. The other 2 back players are making flak and other things, which is a little strange, but you can see the 2 naval players are doing the usual. And pretty intense stuff going on in the middle. Now we have still only 4 ACUs here. But now interesting to see just Navy being built in the middle by one of these players, one of the middle players. Some gunships. Zbinden's got to run. Looks like we'll have our first death of the game. Barry getting attacked by gunships, but T2 flak right here takes care of any nonsense like that pretty quickly. See both Chosen and Rimald are running away, and Akamenor is sitting in the water. So a little more help for Barry would be nice, but such is life. Corps Saint is basically retaking Navy back with gunships and torpedo ships. That's the luxury of having control of air. Of course, now we see some ASF coming in from the back player here, from Rizan. This ASF's going to get a lot of kills. And now Maximus moves in to provide air cover. course, now there's cruisers coming in from. That's the problem with 6 players. Hard to keep track of all the names. Miramir. And now Barry got a tactical missile launcher in his ACU. You can see all these mexes are dead. Some from the back player. So the more mexes for the other team, the more fun it is for the ACU with the TAC missile on it. Just so much stuff to kill. But you can see here Barry is about to die. Went a little too far, ran into T2. So T2 tanks are quite a bit more powerful in 3603. Something to get used to. Some more air versus Navy fight. Very difficult for air now because this crew's already sitting at 22 kills. So he's just going to decimate all these units. Also nice shield here, nice micro. And now the EEF Navy comes in, but they really don't have enough to do anything. Torpedo boat and destroyer on a shield. Now nice to see some help from our Maximus. He's got a bunch of T2 bombers coming in to help. They really should have already hit their targets on the first path. Just kill off those 2 cruisers and kill everything else quite easily. Still hasn't killed his cruisers and now pays the price. Lost a whole bunch of gunships on that one. More gunships coming in. Should be targeting the cruisers. Alright, so this is what this game is now. It's 4 on 6 now, and you can still see a team of 4 has plenty of concentration to take on team of 6. So hopefully people will start playing these more often.